Hi guys, welcome to Manhood Explained. My name is Camille and today is 23rd of February 2020. Welcome to live number 58. If you had, situations when you did something stupid and endangered your relationship or did something stupid that you had to spend time to fix and it took you a long time, well, this is video for you because today we're going to talk about how to protect your relationship by not listening to stupid people. If you watch today's video, if you speak Polish, or maybe you don't, but you just watch it for a little bit, the person of son that was there in this video kind of dragged me to spend few minutes thinking about his role in this whole thing. Because if you look close enough, this guy is a moron. Because he basically pushed his father under the bus. Because he was the one kind of pushed this whole situation to happen, that his father said to his wife that she's doing something wrong, in complete wrong timing, because she told him that she is in a hurry, and basically the wrong way. Because it all happened just by surprise. He just pushed father to do this. So from my perspective, this is the kind of person that kind of basically made this whole mess. He was the reason. And he's a moron. Listen, if you're one of the people, as I am or I was still when I was in Poland, where you live or work or learn in a man's environment, you know how it all goes. We have very specific way of building a relationship and keeping our environment alive. We make jokes and fun of everything all the time. Everything is just for fun. And it can become a really nasty place to work, meaning that we are ruthless. The jokes that we say, and the fun that we make of each other, is ruthless. And you have to have thick skin to be able to survive this. But I always took it as a positive thing because the positive thing of this kind of environment is that everything is open, everything is clear. Every time when someone has something against someone else, we're gonna just say it straight to your face. It's very very environment which is hostile but just for fun. But this whole idea that it all was open and you were ridiculed if you did something stupid, that was like a cleaning mechanism for all the douchery that might happen. So if someone did something stupid or against the whole team or against the general vibe of our group, it was taken out and put it into light, and we just scold this person to the ground, just beat this person, until they learn that it's not the way to do things. And there are not many things that were left untouched by this kind of ruthlessness. But there is a negative side of all of this. And if you've been in this kind of environment, you see that every time that we go for a beer, every time we go, to have, fun with our friends for a weekend, or it's an integration party at company, you know that there are people who feel like they basically like ran away, or they were just broke the leash, that it's on them. And there are at least few people in the group who are going bonkers, going nuts. And this kind of people are always the loudest screamers. They kind of take over the party. And there are those who will tell you, come on, drink with us. Come on, do you want to try the drugs or pot or something? They will scream, let's go to the nightclub. They will say, let's go to the brothel. And trust me, I worked in a corporation for 12 years. I have seen things a lot. I would probably be able to write a book about this, just about the stories that we heard and that we saw for firsthand. So I know how it goes, but many times we've got issues, especially in men and environments, because it's a social pressure to put on you to do stupid things like drink alcohol, like do any stupid things that is, lays around, and it happens only when we're together. And I want you to learn that, especially if you are the person who wants to accomplish something like, making your relationship work or be happy in it, because that's why you're probably watching this video, because not many of you are going to watch it for a different reason. Because if your relationship works, why would you watch this video? Maybe you know me, maybe that's the reason, but I don't see any other reason for you to watch the video about manhood if everything's fine. So if you're here because you want the relationship to work, you know that you've got to avoid situations like this. So I want to tell you about two things basically that will help you figure out what to do. First of all, I want you to always ask yourself, who is that person who screams at the middle of the party? Who is that person who screams, come on, let's drink with us? Because you will find that 99% of the time, those are people who don't have relationships, and whatever happens, they're going back to their one-bedroom apartment and to their loneliness. They're not going back to their family, because for them, the party is a party and it all stays on the party. But for you, if you do something stupid, you're going back to your relationship or your family, and then the hell just begins. So this, I want you to be able to see that this kind of people, they are not those who have kind of goals set up in parallel to yours. Because many of them, as I said, they're going to be singles, or they already destroyed their relationships. So even worse, why would you listen to those people? So I want you to understand that everything is about you knowing what you want and basically sticking to it. You have to be able to foresee that, if I'm going for a weekend with people from my workplace, there are going to be a lot of alcohol, a lot of crazy things that will happen. What do I want to accomplish? What do I need to do not to end up somewhere that I'm gonna regret it? And you've got to learn to not listen to stupid people, because as this son in this story, they're going to throw you under the bus just because we all drink and we all have fun, but then they're not people who are going to be there to help you clean up the mess. Because they'll say, "Oh, that's not my relationship. It's like, I have to keep myself out of it." But they said different thing when they told you, "Come on, let's drink with us." You know what I'm saying? So this is the first thing. Always ask yourself, who is that person? What's their goal? Do they have the same goals as I do, or they're completely opposite? So then you would know, I'm not listening to this person. And second thing, I want you to know how to behave and where to walk out of this kind of situations. Because many times when we've been on this kind of parties, and I've been in this kind of parties, I heard many times people saying, "Listen, come on, drink with us." I said, "No, I don't drink alcohol." It's like, how's that possible? Just, come on, let's drink with us. I don't trust people who don't drink alcohol because they have something to hide. And I always said, read my lips. It's not going to happen. And interestingly enough, when I was this hardcore and saying I don't drink alcohol, I found my friend who spent most of this time when we worked together, and on all of these parties, and he didn't drink as well. He had his story. He used this and he have fun enough, and then one time after one situation he said, "No, I'm not doing this anymore." And if you know me or you listen to the previous videos, you know that I was raised in Christian family, and I never learned how to drink alcohol, how to like it, because first time that I tried alcohol was like, I think it was second grade of high school, and my friends were so amazed that I tasted beer, that they made photos with me, just because it was such an unusual situation. We had a lot of fun of this, but after that I didn't like the alcohol, so I never even pushed myself to learn how to drink, because I never had issues with having fun in parties without alcohol. So there were two of us being basically straight edge and doing nothing like this. And interestingly enough, soon enough, we had respect of other people, of our other guys. They knew that we don't drink, but we were there always on the parties, so we had fun. But then many times we had a lot of ladies and respect from them, so we spent a lot of time talking to them, and soon enough we found our group of people who didn't really drink, to kind of forget what their name is, and we had a lot of good times with them, spending just time with right kind of people. But one thing that happens every time, and why I'm talking about this, because many times you will end up with a wedding or something like this, and you will see that there's a moment when people get so drunk or people are getting too stoned or whatever happens, that the conversations, that the level of them falls down, and then there's a moment when you feel like, this part is over for me. I was always laughing because my friend did every time, every evening, on every part, he did the same thing. I saw him in a crowd doing this, and I laughed because it's like a Polish idiom, like fun idiom, which in free translation is doing a Chinese scout, which means that he made this small eyes and a smile on his face, and it meant that he is tired and there's nothing for him more on this party, and he basically did 180 degrees, and he said see you tomorrow, and he just went back to bed or to the family, because he knew that party's over. The level of conversation is so low that it's just wasting my time here. So you see, the whole thing that I'm talking, that I'm explaining to you, you've got to understand that there are always going to be people who will take you down, and they'll have so many stupid ideas. But if it's all about you knowing what you want and being able to reach for it, you'll have to know where to be straight edge and when the party's over. Because, as I said, these people will be there. But it's on you. The consequence, the impact of whatever will happen, it's gonna be on you, not on them. Because it's not gonna be a problem for your family if they're gonna get drunk or do something stupid that they're gonna get fired or that they're gonna get arrested. But it's gonna be your problem. It's gonna be on you when it's gonna happen to you. So that's what you want to know. What do you want? And be able to reach for it. And because it will make you real, the person who feels this pride that you're able to know what you want and kind of go for it. And it will be even more proud if you will see that it costs you, because it required you to say no. It required you to have cojones to basically make a decision to not do these things, not to join the party when you know that it's gonna go south. So this is what I want you to take from this video. You become a hero that your wife, your girl, your family can count on. Not by chance, but by choice. So make the right one. That's it. So think about it. Again, do something about it. And see you tomorrow.